Greetings, everyone. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief Filipino Soul Magazine, aka S.G.I.B magazine. That stood for Soldiers Got Intentions, Believe That, because everyone should be soldiering for something. Should be soldiering for something. A dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought. A dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought. And that's kind of what I want to center this little mouthpiece about. And on a P.B.G's production, stand for photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography. As a photographer, I've done a lot of things. I've been to a lot of places. I've seen many things. I remember, what state was it? I think California. I remember being at a Jimmy Carter rally, photographing him. I was actually thinking about climbing the flagpole and taking a picture down while he was speaking, but then I also thought about the Secret Service dragging my ass down off the pole. But that night I was also in clubs with hustler, pimps, hoes, drug dealers, and it hit me even at that time, how perplexed my life was. The different worlds I would be able to go in and out of anonymously, and sometimes caught in it, or being called out for it, Who are you? What are you doing here? But anyway, I remember when, for instance, I was on parole. I was on parole in the when I got out of prison in 1999, and my parole officer, her name was Lynch. I never forget her last name, Lynch. She was a cute little sister, always wore these little church hats and shit like that, And I told her I was a photographer, and I like to keep working. So we worked out an arrangement where is that, because I covered high profile events, but most of those events didn't occurred until nighttime. So she said if I would fax her where I'm going before I leave the house and fax her when I came back in, it was cool. So it was beautiful. We had a nice working relationship. Now, I also photographed for a variety of political parties. I photographed for the Republican Party. I photographed for the Democratic Party. My first affiliation with a political organization was Republican. I was Republican, a conservative. I still consider myself holding a lot of conservative views. Mainly that you can do whatever it is you want to do if you just get up and do it. Stop looking for handouts. Stop asking people to help you. Help yourself. But this is the country. United States is the country of the land, the free, the brave. You can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. At that time, there were plenty of organizations that would help you, get a foot up and be able to move on with something positive in your life. I still hold those views today. I became a Republican because Herman Badillo, back at that time in Spanish Harlem, I had a Spanish girl pregnant, and I went to him and asked him for money to help me pay for an abortion. Imagine that. I was given the money, $75, I'll never forget it. And later, I was asked to join him on his campaign, and they were going to Washington, and I was in love with this Spanish mamacita. So I didn't want to go nowhere. I turned down going to Spain with Ron Van Cleef. If you don't know what's his name? Ron Van Cleef. Ron Van Cleef? No. Yeah, there's two Van Cleef. One was a black martial artist who was who was in a movie called the Black something martial arts. He asked me to go to Spain with him to compete in tournaments because I was very good with the hands, and I turned that down because I wanted to stay close to my mamacita. But anyway, the point of the matter is that when I was on probation, you know, the Democratic Party stepped to me and said, Gerard, you know, Vice President Al Gore is flying into Long Island, and we want you to take the pictures. I said, oh. They said, we need your Social Security number. I said, oh, I can't give you my Social Security number. I said, I'm on parole. They said, Gerard, we don't care. We want you to take the pictures. I said, okay. So I gave them my Social Security number. So when I got to the assignment at the airport, I had to give my name. So when I gave them my name, Secret Service got together, moved over in the corner, and then they went back and said, okay, look, you take your pictures and you get the hell out of here. I said, okay. So I took the pictures of Vice President, Air Force 2, flying in. They even got a picture with me with Air Force 2 flying in, and then, you know, him coming off to his meet and greet, you know, and I had to go to parole. So I went to parole, and you know, when you go to parole, they ask you, have you had police contact? So they said, have you had any police contact? I said, yes. They said, who? I said, Secret Service. Secret Service? Can you prove it? I said, yeah. Here's my press badge. It says, Secret Service Vice President. Oh man, it turned parole upside down. Never in my 30 years have I ever had a parolee to bring this type of drama to the parole office. I guess it's the manager or the supervisor took it. He went in the room, and I guess he tried making a call. Yes, I like to call to confirm that Gerard was at the vice president. You know, they probably said, get out of here, and hung up on him. You know, so my parole officer, Miss Lynch, says, you can't take any more pictures. No more pictures. No more pictures. And you know, and the supervisor said, look, he has a better picture with Hillary Clinton than you do. So the supervisor said, no. He said, this is a good thing. He says, you could still take pictures if you promise us that you will not have any more contact with Secret Service. I said, I assure you that I can keep that promise. So, and I use that when I talk to motivation with children or with young people, that look, it doesn't matter what your past is. If you have a skill set that's in demand and you're good at it, you know, people tend to say, okay, look, that was you then. You have a skill we need, and we will overlook whatever you did because we need your services. And that's how it was. They needed my services, you know. And there are a number of situations where, you know, I have been in situations like that. Not like that, but I covered a lot of events. I covered a lot. Recently, I was called a racist. They said, Gerard, you a racist. I said, what? I'm a racist? You know, it's funny, here in the Philippines, you know, we used to have a nice camaraderie together where we sit and talk and we talk about politics, or we talk